I'd like next to introduce Dr. John Madigan. He's a professor of veterinary medicine, leader of our veterinary emergency response team. When disaster strikes and animals are threatened, you know Dr. Madigan is going to be there. I'm sure you have seen his stories on TV many times when matters like this happened. An expert in emergency medicine, he has actively engaged in national and regional rescue operations for animals caught in such natural disasters as floods and fires. He also helped design a special sling and a large animal lift, both widely used in emergency medicine and large animal rescue. He's clearly another example, another inspiring UC Davis example of doing what matters. John.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here today and a very exciting event for our campus. At the University of California School of Veterinary Medicine, we make the world a better place for animals by doing what matters. Veterinary medicine is the only branch of medicine dedicated to the worthy task and challenge of caring for the animals of our world and their impact on the environment and society. Society looks to veterinary medicine now more than ever to improve the health and well-being of animals and improve animal welfare, included those animals in agriculture, food production, and animal shelters. UC Davis has met the many challenges of educating veterinarians for service and made many discoveries through research that often begins at the local level and then expands to the national and global community. Here are but a few examples. At our veterinary medical teaching hospital located on the campus, we would receive animals, horses, with injuries and illness which prevented them from standing. Horses that cannot rise struggle and don't do well. Doing what matters meant developing a sling which anatomically supported and lifted horses to provide a chance for recovery. We then applied our sling to support horses waking up from anesthesia after orthopedic surgery, and now horses can have long bone fractures repaired and recover. The fight to save Barbaro used our sling. We have also used it to airlift stranded horses in the Sierra Mountains and move them to safety. I think that's where that fairy dust thing came in, Larry. Something made them move pretty well through the air. So when you're in an airport and you see a horse being rescued somewhere and flying through the air under a helicopter, think of UC Davis and then the fairy dust. The sling's now being used nationally and internationally. In another area, in preparation for the spread of avian influenza in birds and its potential through mutation to become a human flu pandemic, my colleague, Dr. Carol Cardona and her associates, developed Flu School to reduce the potential spread of the flu virus in birds going to people, and applied that in our live bird markets in our local Asian and Mexican communities. This program has been followed up nationally and globally by USAID as a means of curbing the spread of viral disease between birds and people around the world. When a group of sick kittens were presented to our veterinary medical teaching hospital for recurrent runny eyes and respiratory infections that weren't responding to traditional treatments, Dr. Niels Peterson of our School of Veterinary Medicine looked for the root cause, because at UC Davis, doing what matters means looking deeper. By doing so, he isolated the feline AIDS virus, which has now been shown to be present in feline species worldwide, including the endangered cats of Africa. In 2006, a wildfire struck Yolo County, burning 40 square miles overnight. No human lives were lost, but animals were severely affected. Sheep rancher Bill Slavin of Zamora, California, had 1,400 sheep on the range that night, most which suffered burns and smoke exposure. Our UC Davis Veterinary Emergency Response Team, a volunteer group of veterinary school faculty, students, and staff, responded. Our task was large and without precedent, but doing what matters can mean doing difficult things. Our team examined each sheep, provided treatments for the burns, gave pain medication, and where necessary, provided a humane end of suffering to those animals too injured to recover. Over a 6-week period, our team continued to treat the sheep with our veterinary student volunteering after school, on weekends, and even by flashlights in the evening until their task was completed. I'm going to deviate from my remarks a little bit and acknowledge one other component of that rescue and that effort, and that was the note that Larry penned to me supporting my efforts during that particularly difficult time. It was a very short note. It was, he says that he doesn't overstate things. He clearly overstated my contributions, used the word, I think, hero in there, and maybe even superhero. But I got to tell you, it made me feel better. And I realized part of our team of doing what matters was all the way at the top in our university. And we went out the next day, and I did, feeling supported and better in trying to accomplish a very, very difficult task. So thank you, Larry, for that. By doing what matters these past 100 years, UC Davis has been a good neighbor in our community, our state, our nation, and our world. I urge those beginning their associations with UC Davis to join us with your energy, your new ideas, and a willingness to take a risk to accomplish something great to benefit our society. Together, we can carry forth this UC Davis spirit in the next 100 years, beginning right now. Thank you.